Hello there. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'm Colleen Klimczak. I'm an organizational and productivity coach and a certified professional organizer. I own Peace of Mind Professional Organizing, LLC. Since 2003, I've been helping my clients live better lives through organizing and organizational and productivity coaching. I support my clients with coaching, in-person and virtual organizing, my weekly podcast called Your Organized Life with Colleen Klimczak, a free weekly virtual productivity session called Finish Line Friday, a free weekly email newsletter, and regular content on Facebook and Instagram. I also offer presentations and professional development to groups and companies. And coming soon, I'll be launching a membership circle to support my community with even more coaching and productivity content. Want to finish strong this week? Join me for Finish Line Friday every Friday morning at 9 a.m. Central for a 2-hour productivity session. Drop me an email at colleen@peaceofmindpo.com to request my Zoom room link or follow the Zoom room link on my Instagram or Facebook pages. Welcome to Your Organized Life, episode 182. Today's working title is You Don't Need a Morning Routine, You Need a Rhythm. We'll see if it's still that by the time we actually publish, but that's the working title today. So after my recent article about a Sunday reset, a friend and client, let's call her Betty, restarted a conversation about routines. Specifically, she asked, do I really need a morning routine to be productive? And the answer is yes, and also no. Sorry, I know that's not very clear, but let me explain. Including my recent article and episode about a Sunday reset, though not necessarily on a Sunday, I talk a lot about routines. So routines are helpful tools for getting regular tasks done so that we can get on with our important non-routine work. Our daily or weekly routines help us to manage ourselves and our lives consistently and competently and hopefully with ease so that we can get on with the rest of things, right? And as I discussed this with Betty, the shift in seasons and schedules are a great time to consider a refresh. That may be the case for you as well. I know it is for me, and obviously it is for my client. Perhaps with warmer weather, you want to add to your morning routine time in your garden or a daily walk now that the weather's nice. Perhaps you get to subtract tasks for a little while from your routine, like if you have school-aged children who are out for the summer. Maybe all of you can start your days a little later then, right? Or maybe when you do leave, you and your kids are heading to camp instead of school. A shift in seasons provides an opportunity and even an invitation to figure out what is essential. What are our survival needs? You can use this more flexible schedule time to pare down the tasks and maybe put them in a good order so that you're not repeating your steps or causing yourself undue frustration. Or maybe you just are ready to change things up a little bit to see how it goes. So that was the recap. Now we are caught up on routines and using season and schedule shifts to make them work for us, or at least caught up enough for today. So back to the question that Betty asked, do I really need a morning routine to be productive? And again, the answer was both yes and no, so let me explain. What Betty was asking about was timing. She acknowledges that routines help us consistently take care of survival and maintenance tasks. Over the past year, she has steadily crafted useful routines for her hygiene and her self-care and her menu planning and household tasks and all those things that I talk about. She understands the value in routines, and that is why she came to me for coaching. However, Betty has a problem specifically with the morning part of morning routines. And hey, maybe you do too. Let's consider when might a morning routine not work for someone. Perhaps they are not naturally a morning person, and No judgment here. That's just a really good thing to know about yourself. Perhaps they have other people or pets or roles that they are responsible for that pull focus from their own routines at certain times of the day. Maybe they have an atypical work schedule, like 2 a.m. to 10 a.m. shifts in construction, or 12-hour shifts for healthcare workers, or even 24-hour work shifts for firefighters. Or, hey, maybe they just don't like morning routines. And all of these are valid reasons to resist the morning part of morning routines. But the tasks still need to be completed. So here's the full answer. Yes, you need a routine around your productivity at different times of the day or week. But no, it does not need to be in the morning. Not to be rude, but I don't really need to care about when you do your routine. It's not up to me. Once you've determined your essential survival and maintenance tasks for yourself, then it's a question of timing for you. One suggestion I had for Betty was to look at her daily routine. See, I didn't call it a morning routine, but I asked her to look at it as two distinct lists. A batch of essential to living tasks, and then some life maintenance tasks that could be at a different time. For example, I start out most of my presentations talking about routines because, they really are the foundation for getting and staying organized and productive. Whether I'm talking about time management in my presentations, obviously, but also clearing clutter, to paper management, to menu planning. And as I talk about routines, I usually mention one of my sons. He is amazing. He's accomplished professionally and an all-around great person. Not to brag, but they kind of all are. However, he is not a fan of early mornings. Not that anyone needs to be. But in presentations, I mentioned that by the time he graduated high school, his morning routine was get up, take shower, get dressed, go to school. That's it. And honestly, I think there might have been days that take shower was optional, to be honest. Like just saying what it is. He tends to be a night owl, which works well for him and for his chosen profession. And he gets the other tasks done consistently, just not in the morning. There is a short list, shorter for some of us than others, of things that we will need to do as soon as we get up, routine or not, right? We probably need to use the washroom, take some vitamins or medication, take a shower, drink some coffee. Maybe that's just me. Maybe the list is really short for you when you awake, and that's fine. You could need to leave the house in the morning, or maybe not. Maybe you work from home. Maybe you're retired. Maybe you start your workday much later and you don't need to leave right away, and that's fine too. There are other daily tasks for survival and maintenance that still need to be done, but you get to choose the when. They can be at a different time of day. Survival tasks like eating food, taking supplements, medications, personal hygiene like bathing and brushing your teeth. Yep, those are most likely right after you wake. But the rest, morning, afternoon, evening, your choice. And upon reflection, you may decide that not every maintenance task needs to be done every day. And if that's the case for you, good. That's great. I have home maintenance tasks that, when my boys were little, I got in the habit of tackling in the morning. Start a load of laundry, wipe down the bathroom counter, put the shoes away. Those were maintenance tasks, but they could be done anytime. I just liked them in the morning, but that's just me. So let's call it something else if morning routine doesn't work for you. Could be the short list, the taking care of you tasks, the 5 things I do when I wake up tasks, whatever. You do you. Then choose to do the life maintenance tasks whenever you like to do them or have the opportunity to do them. If that happens to be right after the first 5 things list, cool, go for it. And if it happens to be the last 20 minutes before you go to bed, also cool. And that's kind of the point. So my client Betty is not really a morning person and doesn't really want to do all those maintenance tasks in the morning. She has her take care of me tasks and her take care of my life tasks. And when she wants to make those work is completely up to her. As I told Betty and will tell you, Don't worry when you think other people do things, or normal people, as a different client calls them, do the things. I talk to many people about routines, and I think that the only normal thing about them is that they're all different. You get to choose. You always get to choose to do it or not, and then also when to do it or not. So my suggestion is that you have those tasks in mind, and then use this more expansive time in the calendar to explore some ideas on how your routines might work better for you. And truly check in with yourself. Maybe you hit your stride midday, or maybe you work a really busy day but like to take care of life tasks while you warm up dinner. Or maybe you like to start laundry after you change out of your work clothes in the evening. Cool. You do you. So to sum up, for me and you and Betty, do I really need a morning routine to be productive? Yes and no. This is a great question to ask yourself at this change of season, to consider updates to your routine and an opportunity to rethink yours to make it work better for you. We just want to be intentional. Identify the survival tasks, accept that you likely have to knock those out upon waking. Be intentional with your list and name it something that works for you. And then identify the maintenance tasks. Accept that they also need to be done, perhaps daily, and then you get to choose the when. Be intentional with that list too. Name it something that works for you and choose the when. Ignore expectations of others, even me. Listen to yourself and your preferences and choose for you. If it is time for you to rethink your routines and productivity, I am here to help. Support around getting things done is what productivity coaching is all about. If it's time to invest in yourself and explore coaching for organizing and productivity, I would love to hear from you. Drop me a line via email at Colleen@peaceofmindpo.com or message me through my social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn. Thank you so much, and talk to you next week.